Welcome back now. Season opening of Season 3 here as the Kansas Jayhawks are scheduled to take on a top 25 team in Week 1 this year in Arizona State, who is led by an All-American running back, Chip Trayanum. But that is not the most important thing today. Today we have to figure out what is going on over there in Kansas and who the starting quarterback is going to be. And we have not seen or heard anything yet, because Conrad Hawley and Maurice Butler all offseason were fighting for that starting spot. And I'm interested to see who will finally take over and who will come in and be that starting quarterback for this Jayhawks team. Now, other than that, this team did retain a lot of talent. 5 senior receivers returned to the team. Nobody left from last year in that department. We've brought in 3 new freshman tight ends to play a huge role in the offense. And overall, this Jayhawks team is just a completely revamped offense and defensive unit. And we're going to see that as we get underway here in Arizona in the Sun Devil Stadium as Jacob Borsia returns to the kicking position to get this season underway, as 25th ranked Arizona State will take on Kansas for one of the first matchups in school history. And there is the man, Chip Trayanum. And he is going to give us a lot of trouble, I fear, today if we can't get to him early in the game. This time they give it to him on a screen to start his day, and he's already breaking tackles for 13 yards. As you can see last year, 17 touchdowns is just an outrageous amount for him. And I don't even think he was the full-time starter last year. 3rd and 3, though, on the first possession. Collins goes outside to Ethan Long, the tight end, who's going to get taken down by Cornell Wheeler. And Finn Collins sets us up to see everything we've been waiting for today, as we are about to witness the first possession of Maurice Butler's quarterbacking career at Kansas. He has not played a game yet for us. He was redshirted all last year, and Devin Neal gets nothing on the play. But I'm very excited to see what Butler can do for us in this season and in his career. He's a redshirt freshman, so he has 4 years ahead of him, as his first pass gets knocked out of the air by the defender there, and Tristan Golightly drops that one. And the Sun Devils do get the ball back very quickly as he gets us to his tight end, Ryan Morgan, again. But Jayhawks go quickly 3 and out under the leadership of Maurice Butler. Hopefully they can get a little bit more consistent as the day goes along. Finn Collins, though, under center on this 1st and 10. It's going to be a pass play again as he goes outside, and he's got Johnny Wilson. Edwin White-Schultz doesn't even tackle him, and he's into the end zone. 48 yards on the play. Finn Collins starting his day 4 for 4. And out come the Jayhawks again on a 2nd and 7, looking to make a comeback here as Butler rolls out, gets it to the freshman tight end, Bryson Gay, who gets upfield for 17, as he is making an impact here in his first game of his collegiate career. Now Devin Neal up the middle for 7 yards. He's going to make that a 2nd and 3, and we would find ourselves at a 3rd and 3 just a few plays later. Butler under center again. Takes the snap, looking to throw. Nobody open. He's going to get sacked. Loses 14 on the play, and Stephon Wright with his first sack of the season. And the Sun Devils once again have an opportunity to get the ball back and take a lead again. 14-0 could be the score. This time, though, they go out to Austin Morgan or Ryan Morgan again, breaking multiple tackles. Ryan Morgan for 34 yards on a quick out route to the tight end. Finn Collins is starting out terrific today for the Sun Devils. This time, though, just give it to Chip and get out of the way as he breaks tackles down about the 4-yard line there as he gets a 12-yard run. Now 1st and goal. Collins out of the center position, looking for Badger, and a beautiful diving catch. Elijah Badger, what a catch there, as Maurice Butler finally coming back onto the field again. This time he's looking to go downfield, and he's got Tristan Golightly. Dropped the pass earlier, but this one's for 17 as he starts to make an impact in the passing game. Butler now is going to give it to Neal on a 3rd and inches. Nowhere to go there now. 4th and 2, and you've got to think we're going for this. Head coach Smeams has never been afraid to go for it on 4th down. This time, though, Butler showing off his mobility on the outside and running for the 1st down and more. Credited with about 11 yards there. Now a 3rd and 4 starting the 2nd quarter. Butler finds Luke Grimm on the outside. He had a little bit of a stop and go route, 17 yards on the play, as Maurice Butler is starting to look a little bit more comfortable. Now 1st and goal. Give it to Neal. Up the middle, left side, and he's got it. 6-yard touchdown run. First touchdown of the season. First touchdown of Devin Neal's season. A beautifully run play there as Finn Collins on the next possession for Arizona State hits us with the read option that we have struggled to defend almost every season so far. First and second season, we could not figure out how to defend that read option, but this time he goes to Chip, breaking it up the left side. Chip Trayanum, and he's got it down to the 10-yard line. Beautiful run, beautiful blocking, and on 4 rushes, Chip has 63 yards. Now a 1st and 10 after the run. Collins hands it off to Chip. This time he's going to get taken down. Loses 2 on the play. Beautiful coverage there downfield and a beautiful pressure on the outside setting that one up. Now 3rd and 3 for Collins and company. Out of the center position. Give it to Nagata, and he's got nothing there. Daniel Nagata with a 1-yard run. And Arizona State would have to settle for a field goal here with about 5:20 remaining in this quarter as they get it right down the middle. 17-7 is the game score now. 3rd and 1 on the next Jayhawks possession. They give it to Devin Neal, who does not get there. 4th and inches instead. 35-yard line, and they're going to go for it. Head coach Smeems is crazy because he's not going to get there. Connor Sowell with the tackle in the backfield. And Arizona State once again gets the ball back on our side of the field at around the 35-yard line. Collins on 1st and 10. Takes the snap. Rolling out, looking downfield, going to fire downfield into coverage, and it's almost caught by Johnson. But he's able to knock it out of coverage. I believe that was Jonquay Lewis and Edwin White Schultz in coverage there. 3rd and 9 now, though, for Collins and company. Screenplay to Chip. Caleb Taylor's going to trip him up after 2 yards, he loses 2 yards. They will settle for the extremely long field goal that is going to barely miss off the upright. Had the distance, but he just couldn't hook it in there. And the Jayhawks are safe for now as on a 2nd and 8, Butler out of the center position, throws it outside to Golightly. 1-on-1 spin move, and he's into the open field. Tristan Golightly into the 10, to the 5, and into the end zone. 63 yards as he makes a man miss in a 1-on-1 man coverage situation. And Tristan Golightly, the newest receiver in our rotations, didn't crack the rotation too many games last year. He only had 9 catches, and already this year he has become a massive impact playmaker this year so far in this first game. 3rd and inches, though, for Arizona State. And this time it's going to be Collins giving it to Chip, and he loses a yard on the play. So the Sun Devils would have to punt the ball back late in the second quarter as the Jayhawks have a chance to strike in the end of the half. This time they give it to Devin Neal. Great blocking on the left side. Got a lot of room on the left side after that, and he's going to cut it upfield for 18 yards. Later on the same drive, Butler out of the center position, finding Luke Grimm, who's going to fall forward now as he's brought down from behind for 12 yards. 3rd and 7, Butler out of the shotgun. Looking to throw. Got his man on the outside, a wheel route, and that's Devin Neal down to about the 6-yard line. Jayhawks would settle for a field goal here on 3rd and goal. Jacob Borsia, first kick of the season, is up, and it's off the upright. Just barely going into halftime now. Jacob Borsia hits that one on the very innermost part of that upright. And the Jayhawks will trail by 3 as the score stands 17-14 when Maurice Butler takes over again as a dangerous pass into coverage finds its way into the hands of Tristan Golightly, who continues his excellent day. 3 catches, 87 yards, and a touchdown. Now Butler on 1st and 10. The next play finds Trevor Cardell for 6 yards. Not a big gain there, but it's so good to see Trevor Cardell back in action after that bad leg injury he had last year at the end of the season. But now on a 2nd and 4, Devin Neal's got it up the left side all the way down around midfield, maybe a little farther back at around the 40-yard line, though this time Maurice Butler out of the shotgun on a 3rd and 6, firing outside to Luke Grimm, and they love those little curl routes that usually on man coverage are always going to be open. Now 14-17 still the score, 5 minutes remain in the quarter. This time Neal got some blocking, got it into the open field, touchdown! Devin Neal, 26 yards, and the Jayhawks are on top for the first time in the game. 4:45 and counting in the third quarter as Finn Collins takes the snap out of the shotgun, throws outside to Nagata. He's got the first down as he breaks the tackle of Wheeler, and he's got 9 yards on the play. This Arizona State offense is very dynamic. They can throw it, they can run it. This time, though, Collins gives it to the left side. He's got Andre Johnson who fumbles it. Deuce Mayberry picking it up and returning it past the 50 and down to the 40-yard line. Was he down, though? It looked like maybe Andre Johnson might have been down, as we'll see on these replays. The referees are likely going to review it, and it looks like his elbow is down before that one comes out. And the Sun Devils catch a massive break late in this third quarter as Andre Johnson loses the ball going down, and he's going to be set down at around the 30. Now, later on that drive, they get it to Ryan Morgan in the flats, and he 19-yard play as he runs it upfield. And great coverage there on everybody else, but whoever was covering Morgan just left him wide open. Now 3rd and goal. Collins going to give it to Chip, and he's got nowhere to go. Steven Parker and Edwin White-Schultz combine to make the tackle, and the Sun Devils settle for their 3rd field goal of the game. They missed the one earlier. This time, this one's right down the upright. So they've made 2 and they've missed 1. 2nd and 3 on the next Jayhawks possession. Butler going outside to Stephen McBride. 6 yards on the play as we go into the final minute, or minute and a half, now the final minute of this third quarter with 34 seconds left. Butler's going to throw it, and it's intercepted. Alford across the middle. You were wondering when it was going to come, and this time Maurice Butler, just his inexperience, shines through as Finn Collins has another opportunity to take the lead. This time he rolls out of the shotgun, throwing outside, and he's got Andre Johnson falling back behind the line of scrimmage. He had an excellent passing catch there. Now 2nd and inches. Collins, I formation. He's going to give it to Chip. Up the middle. Nobody's there to catch him into the end zone, but there is a flag on the play. Can the Jayhawks get saved? And they do. It's a clipping penalty that will send the Sun Devils back to the 34-yard line. Not the greatest field position either way, but a touchdown off the board saves the day. Collins on 2nd and 5, though. Chip Trayanum just too good for us to hold back as he gets 15 on the play. And they set up another 1st and 10 down the field. Kansas in a bit of a dire situation here. 3rd and 7, though, for the Sun Devils. A field goal here would not be immediately a loss, but it would still be tough to overcome as the offense has not been too consistent, and this time they bring him in the backfield. He does get 1 on the play, and another field goal settle here as they look to go 3 for 4. Kick is up, and it is right down the middle. 4th and 6, they hit that they drive that field goal right down the middle as Butler comes back onto the field on 1st and 10, and he throws another one into coverage. This time it's Hill and Rashid Reed Adams with a laser up the middle of the field as he runs down that man. I'm pretty sure this was a glitch in the reality realm because look how fast that O-lineman starts running. Zooming down the field in to tackle the cornerback who likely would have had a pick 6 if that did not happen. But Maurice Butler trots off the field and he has to watch Chip Trayanum run right into the end zone for 4 yards. You've got to think with 5 minutes and 57 seconds left, that might put the Jayhawks in a little bit of a worried position as they get it to their best receiver today, Tristan Golightly, for another 9 yards. And on 3rd and 4, Maurice Butler all alone looking to shake the interceptions, and Stephen McBride is able to make that catch in traffic. Now it's 2nd and 4 again. Out of the shotgun position, they go to Golightly again on the slant. He's running those slants to perfection. He's getting open, and that one would go for 11 yards. So far today, Maurice Butler hasn't played bad. The 2 interceptions do hurt, but he's got Stephen McBride who gets lit up, but he holds on for 11 yards. Now farther down the field, 3:20 remaining in the quarter, 2nd and 6. Butler out of the shotgun, firing to McBride again on the right side. And he's got 9 yards on the play, setting up a 1st and goal. Maurice Butler out of the shotgun. He's got Pesic Hickson to his right. This time he's going to go out to the flats to Harris. Falling backwards, running to the outside, and he's got it. 6-yard touchdown run as Donnell Harris, and his speed overcomes the ground he had to gain there as he comes back to the ball and outruns the D linemen who are right on his trail, and he goes into the end zone. With 2:55 remaining, Finn Collins and the offense takes over again. And a few first downs here basically clinches this game as Chip Trayanum on the right side is forced down just inches before he gets that first down. Now a 3rd and inches with 2:07 remaining. Collins going to give it to Chip again. He's going to get the first down again as he goes up the left side after a few missed tackles. And the Sun Devils would continue to run the clock down. 3rd and 9. First down here effectively ends it, but any other thing will basically make this game at least an opportunity for the Jayhawks to throw a Hail Mary as Johnny Wilson would get the 9 yards and the Sun Devils would hit another field goal. So with 4 seconds left, Maurice Butler is going to just sling it downfield and it's going to be intercepted. Alford with his 2nd of the day and Maurice Butler with his 3rd interception. This game, gotta hold your head high even though he throws 3 picks. You can't really count that last one against him as that was just a heave downfield. But the Jayhawks are going to fall in their first game of the season against a ranked opponent in their first game of the season overall as Chip Trayanum makes a massive opening week game, 169 yards and 1 touchdown, and Finn Collins made a beautiful play at the late in that quarter to get them the first down and get them a field goal to take the lead. And just like that, the Sun Devils advance to 1-0 as your Jayhawks fall to 0-1 so far on the season, and they look to bounce back next week. But for now, we'll have to look at the statistics for this first game. And overall, I would not say this is a terrible start to the season. Maurice Butler finished the game 25-33 attempts, 270 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions on a 75% completion percentage. So he played extremely well in that first half, but in the second half, he started to show his lack of experience. He threw those few interceptions. I'm not really going to hold the last one against him, but those first 2 were definitely all on him. But when you've got Devin Neal, 25 for 120, almost 5 yards per rush and 2 touchdowns, we don't need Maurice Butler to be elite to win games if our running game is going to play like that. And with a young guy like him at quarterback, I want to rely more on the running game. Stephen McBride, 7 for 36, but this is the guy that really shined today. Tristan Golightly, 5 receptions, 107 yards, and a touchdown. 63 is the longest running touchdown he had, or longest reception he had, and you guys saw it was on that spin move touchdown. Luke Grimm, though, 5 of 62, no touchdown today for him. Trevor Cardell, 3 for 22 as he inches back into the rotation after that injury. But Tristan Golightly didn't play much at all last year, but he just came out today out of the gates on fire, and I'm extremely happy to see if he's going to continue that, as our defense was not as good as I would have hoped. Edwin White-Schultz, 9 tackles, 1 for a loss, also all of those solo tackles, but you guys saw he missed the most important one to start the game as he missed the tackle on Johnny Wilson, who ended up scoring a touchdown. Cornell Wheeler, 7 tackles, 2 for a loss, 1 assisted, 6 solo, and Taiwan Berryhill rounding out the top 3 with 5 tackles and none for a loss. Did we even have a sack? I think maybe we had no sacks today, which is insane to think of because of how elite our defense was last year as far as sacks were, or statistically as far as sacks go. But Jacob Orsia, 0 for 1 today, 4 for 4 from extra points. Hopefully he doesn't fall back into the little abyss he was in that first season where he could not make a single kick. And real quick, as we look around the league and look at all the top stories, I'm interested to see what the scores and what is going on, or what went on last week in week 1, as we are facing off against Missouri next week. Before we get into that matchup, though, any interesting matchups last week? You had a few ranked matchups. Arkansas whops all over Texas Tech, 45-16. Florida State barely beats Texas State, even though they're the 9th-ranked team in the country. Alabama destroys Wisconsin by 35. Georgia takes down Kentucky by 3. Arizona barely loses to UTSA. And other than that, Miami takes down a good Toledo team. Mississippi State takes down Southern Miss, and Clemson takes down Texas A&M. Other than that, does not look like there was too many big-name matchups this week other than a few SEC teams and Penn State losing to Temple by 45. That's an interesting one to keep an eye on there if Penn State is not going to do good at all. And that is a great way to end off this episode as we look over the final or the games that went on in that first week matchup. I know I'm rambling on a little bit here, but I just wanted to look at those for a little bit. And next week, next episode 29, we will be in the second ever border showdown game of this series as we take on the 1-0 Missouri Tigers, who just defeated their first opponent in Memphis by a score of 35-31. And they have the number 3 ranked Florida Gators the week after us. So hopefully we can spoil their fun and send them into that matchup 1-1 on the season and with a 1-1 record ourselves. Let me know down in the comments below if you think making Maurice Butler as the starting quarterback was the right option, or do you think we should swap back to Conrad Hawley? Always interested to see your guys' inputs. If you enjoy this series, you enjoy the commentary, and you enjoy overall my videos, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next episode as we take on the Missouri Tigers.